Everybody saw it. She was the one that she was there when he fell into the pool.
Chief,
Nonsense.
Did any of you actually see him being pushed?
The movie begins with the birthday party of Bobo. His co-worker, Raf Donko, is giving a speech about Bobo. You know, it's Bobo's birthday, so it's expected of his friends. So Raf says, Bobo has always been like a brother to him, even before Bobo became the CEO of the company. He said he naturally drew close to Bobo. Bobo has helped him remain grounded and he deserved his flowers. He was speaking when a lady, Motunrayo, picks her phone to call someone. The phone kept ringing, but the person was not picking up. Then we see her leave the party. Raf concluded his speech by saying, "Congratulations, thank you for being a great friend, a mentor, and someone he could always rely on." He was given a drink, you know, you need a glass of wine to make such a toast. So, happy birthday, Bobo. Wait, where is Bobo? Chidi asked Martins. Where Bobo day? Martin said, how would I know? Are we not here together? They turned to start searching for Bobo and suddenly someone falls from the sky into the swimming pool. It was Bobo, and immediately Chidi jumped into it to bring him out. Bobo's mother began to scream, "Baba! Baba! Please bring him out." The father says, "Bring him out." Bobo was brought out of the pool. They gather him. No. Give him some space. CPR, quick. But it was too late. They say Bobo no go die unless Toba Darugbo, right? But this Bobo dead. So who is Bobo? What and who killed Bobo? Let's answer. But before then, quick disclaimer. This recap is for educational purposes only. The party is directed by Yemi Filmboy Morafa. This recap is not meant to replace the full movie, neither should it stop you from watching the full movie on Netflix. Also, this recap contains heavy spoilers. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and also turn on the notification icon. Hi, this is Sam. Welcome to the Film Village. Quickly, Bobo's father runs to inform the security to make sure nobody leaves the compound. Do you hear me? Nobody should live here. Another man, Ajayi, asks, "What should we do?" Bobo's father says, "That's what we are trying to sort out. Just stay put, stay put." Another lady comes, "Daddy, please, I have to leave. My husband is worried." Baba says, "Nobody is leaving. They killed my son and you want to leave? Never." His PA comes to give him the phone. What? Sir, it's the commissioner. Hello, commissioner? They have killed my son, oh. They have killed my son. The commissioner informs him that the police will soon be there. Good. Now, CSO, the police are almost here. Get ready to open the gate. He warned him again. See, nobody must be allowed in or allowed outside. You hear me? Yes, sir. People are already parked looking for a way out. Now the police arrives finally. The security quickly informed them that Oga said no guests should be allowed out of the premises or inside. Oh, okay, good. Then Detective Etim and Detective Abiba comes down from the vehicle. She has called the other officers to leave the vehicle outside and go in. Yes, sir. Inspector Moshood warned the officers again not to let anyone through. Now inside, Detective Etim asks everybody to come outside, including those already in the vehicle about to drive out of the compound. So he says, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen. There's been an unexpected death in the building, and until the police determines otherwise, you are all witnesses." He did not call them suspects. Now, Detective Abiba said they all need to submit their phone so the recording they took while in the party can be checked. She asked them to please comply. While she was still speaking, Bobo's father comes. Where are the police? Welcome. Moshudi, you come with me. Come. He pulls Inspector Moshudi away from them. The lady was just looking at him like, who is this one? She asked, and the partner says, "I think he's the victim's father." Where is the victim? Then she asked. They showed her the victim, and while looking at the corpse, you can notice her expression like she knows Bobo or she's trying to remember something. "Were you the ones that pulled him out of the pool?" Martin says, "Yes." Did you look at him like, this guy wasn't even among those that jump into the pool? Police asked, "Has he been drinking?" "Of course, now look around." "The fuck? It's a party." The guy is almost hostile with the policewoman. She says, well, they will do a fast blood work on him. Then Etim asked, was he pushed or he fell in himself? They were like, see question. I asked a question. Guy, he wasn't here with us when he fell. So where was he? They all looked up. Even the policeman is surprised. He fell from there? Now the police head to the floor where he fell from. She's on the phone telling the doctor to take the blood work test as priority because it's from the commissioner of police himself. Now some of the tenants were peeping to know what's going on. The police saw them and then asked another officer to go and interview them and also collect their phone. Now in the hallway, we see that there's a security camera there. So she ends her call with the doctor, begging him to please hurry up. So Mama Baba is wailing in the living room with her friends, crying. They were holding her and consoling her. One of her friends even gave her a white handkerchief to clean her tears. They've killed my son. They've killed Akin Bobo. Please call Apostle. Call Apostle. She asked her friend Kafaya. The women were just crying. The father and Detective Moshood enters. Chief asked Moshood if he would like a drink. Hey, you can't touch that, sir. The man is like, who is this? Moshood had to apologize to him and then turn to Abiba. Abiba, the man just lost his son. Abiba says, this is a crime scene and that is a potential evidence. Kindly step away, sir. Moshood doesn't have any say. He knows that is the truth. So Chief says, in my own house, I'm sorry, Chief, it's for the best. We see the cleaner pass by, goes to the kitchen. Chief had to walk away from there. Now we see that maid take the broom and pack her, going outside. They quickly followed her to the balcony. This lady is about to sweep away the evidence. Stop! What are you doing? She said, they say make I come clean them. The police say, don't clean it. Don't you know this is an evidence? Madam, leave. She look at them. Tea or coffee? Then leave. Detective Abiba complains to her team, say, why are these people doing this? They are contaminating the entire crime scene. Then she asks the officer present to bag all the evidence. The broken wine glass, the wine spill and everything there just to avoid further contamination. Detective X team quickly returns to the living room. Excuse me everyone, this is officially a crime scene. I need everybody to stop whatever they are doing and leave. The chief says, leave here. Never. In my own house. Moshood, say something now. Inspector Moshood calls the team aside. See, can't the victim's parents stay back? The team says, no. Sorry sir, they must leave. Moshood says, see, in my years of experience, and I mean experience, in cases like this, the victim's wife is usually the culprit. Okay? Etim still insists that everybody must leave. Say, Moshood can no longer see anything. He knows Etim is doing his job. Now, Etim asks him, where is the victim's wife? Etim knocks on the wife's door. Good evening, Mrs. Balogun. My name is Detective Caleb Obong, and I'm here to. The lady smiled with her full chest. I'm not Mrs. Balogun. Then Bobo's wife speaks from inside. Who's there? Oh, he enters to see the wife. That woman making that call and leaving the party is Bobo's wife. Wait, did she go upstairs to throw him down? Maybe she got upstairs, saw Bobo with another lady, got angry and threw him down, right? Right? Well, you'll find out. So Etim reintroduced himself again. Good evening, Mrs. Balogun. My name is Detective Caleb Etim Obong, and I'm sincerely sorry for your loss. Motunrayo begins to cry. Etim says, we need you to vacate the premises so that we can conduct the investigation. Her friend, Benny, asks, you want to kick her out of her own room? Etim says, no, it's so they can conduct their investigation properly. No, it's for the good of everyone. She finally agrees to leave, and guess what? Detective Etim cites a wine bottle and one glass cup by the bedside. Something is fishy. So he returns to the living room, only to still meet the parents there and Inspector Moshood. Sir, what are they still doing here? Moshood asks him to calm down. Come. Where is the wife? Etim says he has asked her to go downstairs. They will question her later. Moshood is angry. Etim, this is important. Use it. Now is the time to interview her and catch her in a lie. It's like Inspector Moshood is already convinced that Motunrayo is the killer. Etim says, well, if she lies, they will catch her eventually. But now, they need to let her mourn her loss. Moshood says, look. That crocodile tears she's shedding, you are not a junior policeman. She's lying. Etim returns to the main question. Sir, what are his parents still doing here? Remember, the mother asked her friend to call Apostle. Now, Apostle is here, but the security is not letting him inside. The Apostle says, but Madam asked me to come. The security says, no, they asked me not to let anybody in. Now, Bobo's mother came to the door to bring him in. Ma, they said I should, come on, open the door. He had to open the gate for him. Apostle, they have killed my son. They have killed him. The Apostle holds her to pet her. Now, she did not take him inside. They both went into the car to talk. So, Mrs. Balogun complained. She complained about Bobo's wife, Motunrayo. She did not bring any ayo, which means happiness. But she only brought ibanuje. Ibanuje means sadness. The Apostle continues to assure her to calm down. God is still on the throne. Calm down. The mother says, I haven't been at ease since the first day my son says he wants to marry this girl. I did all I could. I consulted Afars to check if they are fit. We are even shown a flashback of when one of the Afars told her that if her son should marry that girl, great evil will befall them. Mrs. Balogun and her friend Kafaya look at each other. In fact, more than one priest told her the same thing, that doom is imminent. The mother says she warned Akin Bobo, her son. I did everything I could to make sure they did not get married, but he refused. Apostle says, calm down, ma. Calm down. I wanted to keep this matter a secret before, but my mind is not letting me keep it. Ma, I saw in a vision that you will see the sign of the one that killed Akin Bobola, your son. The mother says, how? Oh, please tell me. How will I find out? Will it be in a dream or what? Tell me. Apostle says, I am shown that the person will approach you like an angel and will give you a very spotless gift. Spotless gift? Please, who is the person? When will it happen? And how will I? Apostle tells her to be patient and watch. Now, one sergeant informs Detective Abiba that they've done all they asked. They've separated the guests from the tenants and also collected all the phones. Good. Abiba says she would like to speak with the tenants first. Now, as they are speaking, she hears one of Bobo's friend, Martin, the bad one, making trouble downstairs, asking that they should open the gate for him to leave. At least he was among those that brought him out of the pool, so he's obviously innocent. He wants to leave. The girl was just looking at him. Now she starts her interrogation. The first person that was called in is that Martin. Martin is somehow aggressive and naturally hostile in nature, so he says everything was good between the boys, at least when they were still single. It was when this woman, Motunrayo, moved in. We were shown a flashback of how close they actually were. You know, single life lets you mix well with the boys. The other guys talks about how they visit clubs together every Fridays. Martin, Bobo, others. One time in a club, they all drank, and when it was time for Martin to pay, he said he forgot his ATM at home. You know what? They take transfer. Martin lied again that he forgot his phone at home. His friend dipped his hand and brought out the phone. Martin says, my app is not working. I don't want to have Wi-Fi. Chidi says, don't worry, I will share my hotspot with you. The truth is that Martin doesn't have any money with him. So he had to beg Bobo to spot him, help him out. Bobo is that kind of person. That was Martin's part of the story. Now Abiba is interrogating John Paul. JP says, yes, they do everything together before, but eventually he realized that most of what they do is just not for him. He's not okay with it. They ask why. Now we were shown that one day John Paul went to meet Martin so they can both go and watch football match at Bobo's place. Now he stands by the door knocking over and nobody is opening up. Loud music is just blasting inside until one lady opens the door for him. She's undressed. Martin quickly pulls the lady back in. John Paul is surprised. What's going on? Martin, this one that your mouth is oozing badly. Everyone in the room is drunk. Martin carried the drunk girl back to the sofa. Now John is truly uncomfortable with everything. See, call Bobo, let's go and watch the football match, Jare. Martin asks, which football match? John says, the time is 2 p.m. He checks his phone. He quickly takes the white stuff first and then he enters the room to clean up. Now another lady comes to meet John to hug him. Hey, madam, go this way. Go this way, please. Nonsense. John Paul continues with his story that, I won't lie, we were like brothers back then. At least, we his boys were. Then we were shown another instance when John Paul had an issue with another tenant about parking space. While other guys were laughing at the drama between him and the man, Bobo was not. In fact, it was Bobo that convinced him to just let the man be. He had to move his car to another spot for the sake of Bobo. That's the Bobo effect. So Chidi continues his own report. He says that he was the first to get married among the guys and things did not change for him. But as soon as Bobo married Motunrayo, everything changed. He said Motunrayo started teaching Bobo things. She transformed him. Martin says no, Motunrayo did not teach Bobo anything. Motunrayo is just a witch. John Paul's own view is that she is not a witch, but it's like she forced boundaries on him. It's like Bobo was living in bondage. Remember the guys were coming to watch the match at Bobo's place earlier. However, Motunrayo and Bobo were already arguing about it. She asked if the boys don't have TV at their own place. Bobo says that of course they do, but that's how we always watch the match before. Motunrayo says that was when you were single. Go back and tell them you are now married. Bobo says, are you saying I should? Yes. Go back and tell them I'm not letting them in. Motunrayo refused to let Bobo's friend in the house to watch the football match. Bobo had to obey her. He went ahead to tell his friends. They could not believe their ears. Even Martin would want to force himself in. Martin, chill. I'm serious for real. Martin says, bro, you are breaking up the band for some pussy. What did you say? That's my wife. Chidi says, that's his wife. Martin says, you are married and yet you still hang with the boys. Can't you be like him? John Paul asks them to go, calm down. See, let's just go back to my own house and watch the match. Bobo says, yes, let's go to his house. When Motunrayo opens the door, Bobo, where are you going? Bobo had to signal to them to leave without him. This indeed is a bondage. Now we see Deji say, since Bobo got married, he doesn't go to his house because he can't bear the woman embarrassing him as if he doesn't have any food at his own house. Bobo's mother even confirms that it is true. She said, that woman is a witch. Nothing anybody can tell me. That girl is a witch. Before they got married, she used to come to visit my husband and I. She would go to the kitchen, even cook. She would clean. The father adds to it, oh yes. But the moment we paid her dowry, she cut us off from her son. The mother says it became a problem for her to see her son. She has to make an appointment to visit her son, her only son. Surprised Inspector Moshood cuts in. Chief, please tell me all this is just a joke. Chief says, I'm telling you. Moshood, if you were the one, will you agree to this? Moshood says, never. See, even as poor as I am, I won't accept all this from her. The mother adds, listen, I even heard that she used to wash her thing to cook soup for my son. My son has been bewitched. Even Etim is surprised. Detective Abiba is just confused by all these things they are saying. Now, Chidi says, Tunrayo is not actually a bad person. Whoa, a supporter. Abiba noticed the ring on Chidi's finger. Chidi says, Tunrayo is just principled, that's all. He says the guys were feeding off Bobo like a parasite. Martin says, Chidi will say anything to anybody just to look like a good guy. At this point, Martin is already having withdrawal symptoms. You know, all his body twitching and stuff. It's been a while he took that white stuff. Detective Abiba was noticing all these little details from everybody. Moshood says, look, we have had enough of Bobo and his wife issues. See, tell us what happened tonight. Chidi started first, that they were celebrating and suddenly he fell out of nowhere. The mother says, it wasn't out of nowhere. That girl threw my son down to his death. Even Apostle confirmed it. Madam, Apostle wasn't there now. Let him ask, Apostle? She says yes. So this Apostle, did he actually see her push him from the balcony? Moshood, what rubbish is he saying? Everybody saw it. She was the one who pushed him into the pool. See, this your man does not know anything. Abiba asked again, did any of you actually see him being pushed? They both became speechless. So, what exactly did you see? Now, let's go back to the party. While people were giving their speech, we see Tunrayo come to meet her mother-in-law to ask, please, have you seen Akin around? The father says, I've not seen him. The mother replies, aren't you supposed to know? Should the wife not know where her husband is? Chief says, Mojoyin, calm down. You shouldn't have talked to her like that. Like how? Mojoyin's friend Kafaya says, that's the foolish question now. Of course, is she supposed to ask me such? Come on. Now, where is Akin Bobo? Where could he be? And it was that moment Bobo landed into the pool. Abiba asked again, so does any of you know anyone else, anyone at all, who would have a reason to harm Bobo? The mother grabs her head. Why are you looking for another killer when the killer is right here? That girl killed my son. Abiba says, Ma, I know you are upset about your son, but please, I need both of you to think carefully. The father had to think back and remember one time something happened between him and Bobo. He gave Bobo a document. Now, while Bobo is happy thanking the father is not even happy about it. He says, see, don't play coy with me. I want the original copies. Bobo says, I've given them to you. Father repeats, you can't be smarter than me. I need the original copies. Bobo says, I gave them to you. Except you are asking for the digital copies. The father says yes. Bobo says, okay, even if I give you the digital copies, it will do you no good. Anybody can still go and retrieve the copies online. Chief is confused. Then Bobo says, see, what I'm saying is that your secret is safe with me. The father says, see, you know me, I'm a monster and ruthless if the secret should come out. Oh, now I see. Bobo has his father's secret and the man is paying to keep it quiet. So what is that secret? Now back to the police. We see Chief answering the detective that I don't know anybody, I don't know anyone that could harm my son. Or do you know? The mother answers, no, I don't either. Come, what are we even looking for? We already know who the killer is. You should arrest her. Abiba says, madam, please wait, calm down. I should calm down? Are you married? That question triggers something in Abiba. She stumbles on the answer. Yes, I am, and begins to think. Chief starts lambasting Abiba, saying she doesn't know what she's doing at all, like she's supporting Motunrayo, the wife. Etim noticed that Abiba's mood has just changed. That question the woman asked hit a nerve, so Etim jumped in to defend her. Chief, with all due respect, my colleague is a professional and she knows what she's doing. Let her do her job. What job? Etim says, look, you are done here. Officers, come and escort them out. Moshood gets up. Officers, stay where you are. The room becomes silent and tense. Moshood stares him down like, are you okay at all? As for Habiba, she's still not back yet. Inspector Moshood later whispered to the chief to excuse them. Now, Mrs. Balogun says, "You people don't know your job. And you are a woman." She gets up and leaves. Let him ask the colleague, "Are you okay?" She just eased. They've spoiled her mood. Now, Moshood tells chief and the wife that, "See, if you want this matter to go where we planned for it to go, you have to be patient too." Chief says, "Moshood, can't you tell these idiots that this is what we want?" Moshood says, "Lower your voice. Don't tell me to lower my voice. Don't interrupt me in my own house." The wife had to quickly control Chief. Say, calm down, let's hear him out. "Okay, what did you say we have to do?" Moshood says, "Chief, what we have to do is win these two over to our side. That's only when we can get what we want. We need to talk to them." The wife asks, "But how do we talk to them?" Chief misses. "See me standing before you and you are asking how. I will talk to them." It's like Inspector Moshood is asking for money to bribe Habiba and Etim so that he can control the result of this investigation, right? Chief says, "All right, no problem. I need you to control them." Moshood says, "You see those two? They are professionals, very good at their job. In fact, you see that slim lady?" Chief says, "Yes. What about her?" "See, she's related to the current AIGPU. This means this lady can even put both of them, including the commissioner of police that sent them there, into trouble if she sensed foul play. No wonder Moshood is asking Chief and the wife to be very careful." Mrs. Balogun then asks, "All right, what if we have an evidence to prove Motunrayo has a hand in our son's death?" "Oh, you have an evidence?" He says, "Probably." Moshood says, No, probably. Just give me the evidence and I will know the right time to use it." Habiba and Etim is just looking at all of them as they are whispering to each other. Now they all leave the room to get the evidence. Chief picks his stuff first and before leaving, he looks at both of them and says, "Nonsense." Episode 1 ends here. Episode 2 begins with the interview of one of the tenants, Alhaji Quadri. He says he was not at the party. Habiba asks him, "Why weren't you there?" He replies in Yoruba, in English, I had better things to do. I don't go to kids' party." She asks him again, "But you were at the balcony watching all the commotion going on downstairs." He asks, "Is that a crime?" Let him then ask him again, "If you had better things to do as you claim, why were you at the balcony?" Alhaji answers, Habiba asks again, "You don't even seem bothered about the victim's death. Is that also a crime?" Etim then asks, "Okay, where were you when he died?" "I was in my house." "Oh." Etim says, "You want us to believe that during the whole party while people were falling off the building, you were inside your own house?" Alhaji says, In English, he says, "It's one person that died and you are talking as if it's plenty people." This man is not even feeling bothered about it. Etim says, "Do you realize somebody just died?" Alhaji laughs. "Mister, who will not die?" Then he leans over. "All of us are gonna die, man." He was just laughing. Whoa, what is it with this man? Why does he not feel bothered about that death? Episode 2 continues with the police questioning another friend, Deji. Deji says, "I saw him go upstairs with his friends." "I thought you are one of his friends." Deji says, I mean his friend from work." "Oh, then we are shown the friend, Raf Donko, who was giving the speech when Bobo died. Raf tells Bobo that they really need to have a conversation right now. So Bobo carried the wine and they left to go upstairs. But Raf is telling the police that no, it was Bobo that asked him to come upstairs with him. And after they even had a conversation upstairs, they were leaving when Bobo ran into another tenant. Detective Etim asked him, "What was the conversation you guys had and where did it happen?" Danko says, "They had it upstairs. And since Bobo is the new managing director of the company, Bobo wanted to talk about cutting down the production costs at the workplace. Now we are shown through the camera that they actually had that conversation as they walk into Bobo's apartment. But as soon as they entered, Raf tells Bobo that, see, they should talk about the work stuff later and drink for now. Bobo is busy getting the wine opener to open the bottle. Raf is busy admiring the room. What a fine place you have here. Oh, thanks. So Bobo asks if Raf wants some wine, but Raf says no. He says he would like to use the restroom instead. So Bobo points the way to the restroom. So while Raf is telling his own story to the police, Habiba is noticing him scratching his thumb. Etim then asks again, "So what happened after you left the restroom?" Raf says, "Nothing. They only discussed some work more until Bobo says it's time to return to the party." He says, "But on their way out, something weird happened." "What is that?" And we are shown that JP met them in the hallway while they were returning. He was angry, shouting, "What's going on?" Bobo asked him to calm down, and they both return inside to discuss while Raf leaves. So they question JP. JP says, no, that's not what happened, no. When he met them, he was only going there to link up privately, to wish his guy happy birthday, guy to guy. Raf says, that's a lie. What happened was more than that. He said, as he entered the elevator, he heard the arguments got so heated that he had to come back to eavesdrop. They were arguing intensely that the man was shouting the house down. John Paul says, no. What Raf probably heard was the loudness of their felicitation. You know how we guys do our things? Then we are shown both of them in the room. They were actually celebrating, indeed, according to JP's statement. Inspector Moshood says, okay, so you want us to believe Raf mistook the excitement for argument? JP says, yes. In fact, they should not focus on what happened that night. Instead, they should focus on what happened in the morning. Oh, something happened in the morning? What was that? That morning before the party, we see Alhaji bringing his daughter, screaming, where is that boy? Where is that Bobo boy? He's furious, dragging the girl to meet him. Turayo begins to calm him. Alhaji, look at me. What's the matter? Talk to me, Alhaji. Alhaji says, get out of my sight. No, Alhaji, no, Alhaji, I will slap you. I will slap you. Now get out of my sight. Good. Bobo, you. It shouldn't have been you. You have the guts to impregnate my child? Whoa. Turayo turns in shock. Akin, what? What's he talking about? Bobo says, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't. Alhaji pulls her close. Come here. See, when he was pinning you, you did not hide. Now you are hiding. And you? Are you aware this girl just finished her secondary school? You pinned her down and hitting her. JP says, Alhaji, come down. Which one is open? Lay down. Alhaji says, in Yoruba, wallahi mi Nigeria. JP responds in Igbo, Ingere Ngwagidia. Why, Akin? Bobo says, do you actually believe this? Look at this girl now. Alhaji says, you are still denying. He was about to pounce on Bobo when somebody quickly grabbed him. Hey, Alhaji is now very angry. He said, Bobo has disappointed him. And for that reason, see, all your family secrets that is with me, I will expose them. I will expose your family. Was he referring to Bobo's father's secret, or even Bobo is now worried? When Alhaji's servant was giving his own statement, he added sugar and salt. He said, Chief broke a bottle on his head, oh. If you see how angry he was, then we see what Alhaji's boy said. He was actually holding a bottle saying, I will kill you. The detective had to question Alhaji again. Alhaji says, no, he's not a violent person. People know I am a very gentle person. Let him smile and move closer to him. Alhaji Quadri, you promised to kill Bobo and he ended up dead. You say get as he be. See, please confess and tell us the truth. Alhaji says, I did not kill Bobo. I did not say I was going to kill him. Abiba says, we have eyewitnesses who saw and heard you. Alhaji says, are the eyewitnesses mad or what? Okay. See, I want to kill you. Will I be coming to you to tell you that, hey, I want to kill you. I want to kill you in front of everybody? That's not my style. Hello? That's not my style. You say, Inspector Moshood asked him, Alhaji Quadri, so you have styles you use to kill people? Chief Quadri laughed. Police, you want to put words in my mouth? Okay. What I'm telling you, when Bobo died, I was inside my house. I did not kill him. Let him then ask, so how do we really believe that you did not kill him? Alhaji says, Etun Dumbo Daini. In English, please. I say, is your ear paining you? See, sorry, Jare, fine girl. See, one question. Is there going to be a burial for Bobo? She says, eventually, yes. Alhaji says, thank you. That is how you will know I am not the one that killed him. Abiba gets up. Are you saying that if you kill someone, we will not find the body for a burial? This man just keeps getting himself into deeper trouble. Alhaji says, no, I didn't say that. You people should stop trying to incriminate me and make me say what I did not say. What I say is that I am not the one that killed Bobo, period. Abiba sits back down to question Alhaji's daughter, the pregnant lady. Bobo is dead. Moshood says, calm down, I beg. The deceased was not your husband, or was he? She says, you will not understand. You will not. Bobo would have married me. Let him ask, Did he promise you that? The lady says, yes. He said he would have left that worthless wife to marry me. Wait, how old are you? He says, I'll be 20 very soon. Hey, Moshood laugh. Wonderful. Now back to Alhaji's boy. They ask him again, do you think your boss killed Bobo? The guy did not reply. They ask everybody one by one if Alhaji killed Bobo. All of them keep saying, please don't ask me. I can't answer that question. It was only Chidi that told the police that. From what he heard about Alhaji Quadri, no, Quadri did not kill Bobo. He can't. Chidi strongly believes that Alhaji Quadri did not kill Bobo. Etim then asked Alhaji, we spoke to your neighbors and most of them were afraid to answer if it was you that killed Bobo. Why? Alhaji says, did you ask those that are not afraid? Alhaji says, at least they all said it's not me. Etim says, Mr. Quadri, yes? You are calling a man? Etim, see, you can go now. Perfect. He gets up to walk out of there like a chief. But before he leaves the room, he says, not that I want to teach you guys your job, but if I were you, I will be looking for the one who pushed Bobo off the balcony. You are welcome. Peace out. And then he leaves. Now Moshood says, at this point, it's time to bring in the wife. Etim says, exactly. Now that everyone has been questioned and they all say the same thing, they all saw Tunrayo on the balcony after Bobo fell into the pool. Exactly. Etim says, and probably because she found out that her husband impregnated another lady. Moshood said, see, I don't care whatever sleep she's sleeping. I think we need to bring her here now. Moshood limps out of the room. Now, Etim looks at Habiba. Habiba's eyes is already soaked in tears. Etim moved closer to her. See, I hope you've got this. Considering the fact that you've been in her shoes before, I wouldn't want you to betray that. Everything going through Habiba's mind was the fight she had with her husband years ago that led to his death. We hear as she remembers the sound of a gunshot and then she snaps back to life. She says, I'm capable of doing my job. Excuse me. Oh. Okay. Oh. Now Tunrayo says she did not kill her husband because of that little girl. Etim says, but you must see from our view, you found out he got her pregnant and a couple of hours your husband turns up dead. Moshood raises his voice. Etim, what are you talking about? He didn't just turn up dead. You threw Bobo over the balcony and he fell to his death. Tunrayo says, why? How could she have done that? Why? Moshood insists she did because she found out that he got a young girl pregnant. Tunrayo says, Bobo is not the first guy to get another woman pregnant and he will not be the last. She says, his infidelity is the least of our worries, sef. Moshood says, you mean, even if you knew that he had many away matches, you still wouldn't have killed him? She asks, what do you mean by that? Etim says, okay, what my boss is saying is that this is the first time Bobo had an affair closer to home. All this while they were talking, Habiba kept staring into Tunrayo's eyes. She feels what this woman is feeling. She had to tell her colleague to stop those questions. Now Tunrayo then opened up to them that, see, that girl is not the first though. Onyinye was the first. Wait, who is Onyinye? Tunrayo says, Mrs. Ibe, John Paul's wife. Whoa! Etim says, I thought she said her name is Queen. Tunrayo says, yes, she's the same person. In fact, I had to confront her. I told her to please stop. Habiba asked, and did she stop? Then we see Onyinye answer, yes, I stayed away from my husband. After she threatened my life, I stayed away from him. So the Moshood ask again, she threatened you? Onyinye says, yes sir, she threatened me. Then we were shown how. Now one day, while Onyinye was in her room alone, having a very steamish with a veined chocolate-colored rubber, you can finish the rest, you know what I mean. So someone knocks on the door and it spoiled the moment. Now opening the door, she meets Tunrayo there. She asks, is your husband at home? Queen says, no. Good. Tunrayo then enters. Tunrayo, what are you doing here? First of all, only my friend calls me Tunrayo. You are not my friend. To you, I'm Mrs. Balogun, your landlady. Oh. JP is also living in the same building. So, Bobo's friends are also his tenants. Fine. So Queen says, Madam Landlady, is there a problem? Tunrayo gives her an envelope to open. She opens it and right there is a picture of her and Bobo in a oh god compromising position. She becomes speechless. This is not what you think. Please, Tunrayo warns her. This should be the first and the last this happens. If it happens again, losing your husband and your marriage will be the least of your worries after I have shown this to your entire family. Don't test me. Queen goes down on her knees begging, please, I promise to God, swearing that it will never happen again. Don't show my family, please. Tunrayo just walk out of the place. Even on her way out, she sees the dildo, rubber something she was using to pleasure herself. She just is. Don't say I didn't warn you. Then she walks out of the apartment. Queen knows she is in soup. Tunrayo then asks the police, wait, did she say I tried to kill her? Etim says, don't worry about what she told us, but you, tell us exactly what happened this night. She was about to speak when Inspector Moshood reminds her that be careful of what you will say because everybody at the party saw you standing on the balcony. Immediately your husband fell. Detective Abiba asks her first, why were you at the balcony? She answers, what happened was that during the party, Tunrayo's friend asked her where Bobo is. She doesn't know either. So when Raf Donko was giving his speech and we saw Tunrayo on her phone, she was actually texting Bobo to calm down that he is missing his toast, she's angry. Her in-laws had already embarrassed her too of not knowing where Bobo is. So she had to go inside to look for him. Now getting inside the apartment, she met the door open. Akin, she enters. Now she saw the wine Bobo opened for himself and Raf on the table. She calls his phone and while waiting for it to ring, she hears a glass shatter at the balcony area. Akin, she starts walking to the balcony to know what happened. As she gets closer, she could hear the scream from downstairs already. Bobo is already down in the pool by that time. So she nearly collapsed. She couldn't even breathe. She started to panic. Wait, Moshood asked, you mean you didn't do it? It was just a perfect timing. Tunrayo says, it was a coincidence. Moshood then asked, wait, are you taking us for a fool? Abiba says, Mrs. Balogun, you can see how this is sounding now. Tunrayo says, look, I don't know what you want me to tell you. What I know is that I did not kill my husband, and certainly not for that little girl. Now, during Queen's interrogation, she confessed that Bobo and her were already seeing each other way before Bobo married Tunrayo. Oh, so how did you meet your husband, John Paul? She says, their friend Martin introduced them. So they question Martin, how far? Martin answers that actually him and Bobo made a bet that Martin can make John Paul sleep with Queen, whom Bobo was already dating at that time. He told Bobo that John Paul, who looks more holy among them, has more game than Bobo. Game? Yes. Inspector Moshood asked, what do you mean game? Martin says, how do I explain? Explain game. Anyway, game is when a man can, when a man can sweet talk himself into a woman's, Yes, exactly. So he took a bet with Bobo to see if John Paul can sweet talk Queen into sleeping with him. And yes, it worked. John Paul brought Queen home. Bobo and Tunrayo even saw them on that day. That was how Queen and Bobo became a team and even got married. So Queen continued with her confession to the police that Martin told her that John Paul was nice, rich, and wanted to have a good time. She said, well, everything was true, except the good time part. While they were in bed having the good time, she says, every time John Paul touches her, she feels like, Abiba say, okay, if you hate him so much, why did you marry him then? Queen says, no, she doesn't hate him. She only hates having sex. She hates making love to him. So what's the difference? Moshood asked him. Queen says, well, this lady starts making some sensual body movement so much that Etim and Moshood had to readjust their standing to look, Body don't they move. And this fine girl says she wished John Paul would have sex with her the way a real man would. Moshood asked, how? Then we are shown how a real man have sex with her. We see Bobo digging the bottomless pit from the back in the bathroom as this lady leans on it. 60 position in 60 seconds. That's what Queen expected from our brother in the Lord, dear brother John Paul. Even Etim is carried away to the high heavens. Abiba had to call him back to earth. Abiba looked down and sees that Inspector Moshood's baton is hard. He signaled to Etim. Etim looked down at him. Sir, He gestures. Baba think he was talking about his own. No, sir. He looks down and quickly grabs a throw pillow to cover himself. Hey, this woman nearly got them. Etim then asked Queen in a romantic voice, did your husband find out about your sexual relationship with the victim? Then we see Queen remember that actually John Paul came to confront her. He challenged her. Don't you fucking lie to me. You've been sleeping with Bobo. Queen asked, John Paul, who told you this? Who told you? Wait, your concern is who told me? Who told me? She goes on her knees immediately, begging again. Wait. They ask again. Did your husband find out about your sexual relationship with the victim? Queen says, no. If he had, he would have confronted me. She just lied. Sir, any question? Moshood says, no, she can go. Etim begins to smile. Mrs. Ibe, you can leave now, but make sure you don't skip town until the investigation is over. Hi. Etim is only trying to buy a slot for himself. He also wants to have a taste of Queen. Man, even Queen gets the message. So while they were discussing the next step, the police sergeant enters. Evening, sir. There is someone here with some information for you, sir. Oh, bring her in. Etim says, wait. Who is the person? Etim is surprised. Guys, remember that Bobo's parents said they wanted to bring an evidence. It's the maid. So Moshood told Etim he will know the person when she comes in. Okay, bring her in. They are both still curious. Now the maid enters. She sits down, looking like she swallowed yeast. Moshood then asks, please, tell us what you saw. The maid begins her story. When Oga Akin died, I came upstairs and I found Aunty Tunrayo searching the study looking for something. Etim asks her, are you sure? She says, yes, I saw her in there. Etim asks, what was she looking for? I don't know. Motunrayo chased her out of the place. Abiba's phone then rings. She first of all asked the maid to leave so she can answer the call. The call is from the doctor, Ahmed Baku. So she puts the call on the speaker so they would all hear. The doctor says, well, he carried out a quick autopsy and he found a trace of hydrocodone, an opioid, a controlled substance that is used for pain relief. She asked, is that what killed him? Doctor says, normally, no. But if he had cardiac arrhythmia, it could lead to cardiac arrest. Habiba asks if Bobo had cardiac arrhythmia. Moshood says he would have to ask the parents first. All right, that's all. But wait, doctor, Etim down asks, you say it's a controlled substance, right? So what kind of people could have access to it? Doctor says, well, anyone with a doctor's prescription could get it from a pharmacy. So a pharmacist could have it. Wait, did you say pharmacist? They ended the call and Moshood start again. I told you guys that the wife did it, but you would not believe me. Habiba says, just because she's a pharmacist doesn't mean she did it. They should not jump into conclusion. Moshood is no longer being patient. He says, see, it appears you are becoming too emotional about this case. See, we are aware of your own case. You accused of killing your husband. But I want you to know that because you are proven innocent does not mean that this woman is also innocent. So drop your bias and do your job. Do you understand? Do you understand me? Habiba nods. Now they need to bring Muturayo back in for questioning. Now Etim says, okay, you remember that when he was in our room earlier, he noticed a bottle of red wine in there. Muturayo quickly says, yes, my husband takes a bottle of red wine every night because of his condition. He has cardiac arrhythmia. Oh, so one glass every night helps him sleep better. Moshood cuts in again. We know you poisoned your husband, Muturayo. Wait, you mean my husband was poisoned? Moshood continues with, we also know it's because he got a younger girl pregnant. Again. He continues with, we also know that if he dies, his personal wealth, this building will be yours. So you must have poisoned him. Etim says, you expected him to die in his sleep, but you never expected he would drink it where everybody was still celebrating him. Tunrayo says, this is stupid. I'm his wife. I don't need to kill him to get his house. All I need is just to get a good divorce lawyer. Moshood then yells, Moturayo, confess! We are not joking here. Don't you dare back at me. Gets up. If you think I killed him, then arrest me. Etim quickly intervened. Moturayo says, take me to court and let's sort it out, but don't you ever back at me like a criminal. Hey, Gegen. Standing up for herself now. Moshood is even taken aback. I said it. She's a killer. Habiba says, but your house help says she answers, I don't have an house help. They are confused. Habiba asks, then who is that lady? Moshood says, she's Akin's mother's house help. Moturayo then clarifies things that Akin's mother brought in that girl from the village to help her. Anyway, she said, she saw you go into the study. What were you looking for? Moturayo says, I am not saying anything anymore until I have my lawyer around. And yes, she never spoke any word again. Etim even pleaded with her to help them so they can help her. No, she said nothing. Finally, Moshood brings out the handcuff. Mrs. Motunrayo Balogun, you are under arrest for the murder of Mr. Akimbobola Balogun, your husband. She was taken out of the house to the police station. Now, on their way out, Habiba saw the opened wine bottle that Bobo drank earlier. She asked the officer with her to please take that wine along for testing. So they got out of the house, Mrs. Balogun continues to cry, mourning her son. Akimbobola. She wept real hard. Episode 2 ends here. So what's next? Is Motunrayo truly the killer? What was she looking for in the study? The movie answers all this in the final episode. But before we continue, guys, please let me use this opportunity to beg for your support. Please subscribe to this channel because that helps me bringing you more amazing recaps. So if you guys want more, please subscribe. Thank you. Now the final episode starts with Motunrayo getting booked and her mugshots taken. They collected her statements and wait, a lawyer is here now. She says once Motunrayo's innocence has been proven in court, she will sue these 3 policemen to court for the way they treated her clients before her arrival. Motunrayo still kept her silence. She did not say anything. Now, Inspector Moshood says, we have lots of evidence against Motunrayo that she killed her husband. Etim added that. We also have multiple eyewitnesses that saw her on the balcony. Moshood also added again, not to mention the poisoned drink. Lawyer says, let's talk about that. The poisoned drink, eh? Did you bother to find out how he got the poisoned drink? Who gave it to him? Guys, wait, that's true. Who brought the poisoned wine? Let's go back a little. We were shown his friends arriving to the birthday party. Chidi was at the front greeting. Deji was holding the wine. Now, after greeting him, Martin collected the drink and handed it over to Bobo. Bobo then asked, where is John Paul? I haven't seen him and his wife. Deji says, he said they can't make it. I don't know what happened, Sha. Bobo is not happy that JP did not come. He says, shame on you guys, oh. Martin forced you guys to give me a birthday gift. Oh, so the wine was from Martin. After he collected it, the guys wanted to sit down. He quickly told them, no, their table is different too. The wife doesn't want them around him. Now the lawyer continued asking the police, did you also question the couple that found out his wife was sleeping with Bobo? The prosecuting lawyer asked Moshood, is that true? Moshood answers, yes, they did. Quickly, Etim jumps in. Wait. But the lady queen says her husband does not know anything about the relationship. Oh, the lawyer says, so you believe their own statement over my client's statement and you choose to drag my client to jail? I can't wait to hear your argument in court. The officers know they are in soup. The barrister is now angry. He questioned Moshood. You mean you follow the statement of a woman that her husband have every reason to kill the victim and you didn't pursue it? Why? Moshood said, sir, don't mind them. They just try to Abiba cuts in. What, sir? They just try to what, sir? Sir, I know that you are on your way to retirement. She accuses him of not letting them do their job the right way. What right way? Abiba, answer me. What right way? Do you think those of us that have served many years don't like to catch criminals too? Do you think those of us that have laid down our lives, including me, getting shot in my leg? That's why he limps. He said, do you think you love this job more than I do? See, let me school you. Bit by bit. Being in the system is a different ball game. And when you are in it for as long as I am, you will realize that our intention does not really matter because things don't always go the way we want. Abiba angrily walks out on him. What's wrong with you? You think success in this job is about the number of criminals you catch? Ektim says, no sir. I'm sure she does not just think that success in this job is about saying yes sir to rich people. Hey, shut your mouth. Ektim, shut your mouth. Barrister, I know that woman is guilty. I can feel it in my bone. Barrister says, unfortunately, Moshood, your bones are not admissible in court. They had to call Queen back to the station again. You lied to us. So your husband knows about the relationship that morning. Etim asked, did he ask you to lie to us? Queen says, no. She was just trying to protect her husband, that's all. Abiba asked her again, wait. Did you know your husband was the last person to be seen with the victim before he died? Queen is shocked. No, I didn't know. John Paul insists he did not kill Bobo. Okay then, but your wife told us you found out about the affair that same morning, but you did not tell us. He says, that doesn't mean I was lying. I was just, Ben, my son, shut up. Why are you still lying? We told you someone heard you fighting with him before he died. You said you guys were only celebrating. Now, tell us what actually happened. Now the truth. When Bobo and JP entered the house, he confronted Bobo. Why the fuck are you banging my wife? Bobo had to take him to the balcony to explain things to him. Bobo said it was a bet. JP was not supposed to marry her. JP said, what are you talking about? Bobo, you introduced me to this girl. You said she was a good girl. You said she was good for me. Bobo says, yes, saying that was the only way you would have gone for her. It was supposed to be only a one-night stand. And the next thing I heard is you want to marry her. Then why didn't you say something? Bobo says, I wanted to, but you fell in love with her. Oh, okay. But then you went ahead to continue sleeping with her. Akim Bobo then seriously apologized. He says that was his mistake. He promised that he stopped having anything to do with her the moment she told him it's enough. He actually apologized, then JP left. The police then asked JP, did you see anybody on your way down? JP says no. Bobo was okay when he left the balcony. He didn't push him off the balcony, even though he really wanted to push him. He actually punched Bobo before leaving, but he did not push him. So now they had to question Martin again. They told him it was the drink that killed him. Martin was shocked and angry at the same time. You mean I poisoned the drink before I gave it to him? Martin swore that he didn't do that. Let him then ask him, how much were you owing the victim? Martin becomes speechless. Just answer the question. Martin says, 100. 100K? No, 150 million naira. Basimbom. Whoa, that's a lot of money. Was that why you killed him? Martin says, killing Bobo will not make the debts go away. Why? The reason is because Bobo and Tunrayo already made Martin sign a document that in case anything happens to Bobo, the money should go to his wife. So he couldn't have killed Bobo for a debt he would eventually pay. Okay, alright. He told the police that Bobo needed that money to make a down payment for the building. Wait, what building? He said the building they all live in. Why will Bobo need to pay for the building his parents owned? Martin then revealed one vital information that Bobo's parents have been fighting for the ownership of the building for a while now. That's why Bobo needed the money he loaned him. This is confusing. So they had to call Chief back and the wife. Chief says, no, they were not planning to sell the house, so they only wanted to get Akim Bobo's attention. That's all. We built the property in his name, so it was already going to be his own. Akim's mother, tell them now. She says, you tell them. She says I was going to sell it. That is the truth. She said Bobo neglected her. He paid attention only to his wife and obeyed her rules. That was why she wanted to sell the house. Chief Balogun said, anyway, they already signed the deed in Bobo's name. I myself gave him the document on his birthday. So why would we kill him for something that's already his? Why? Otunrayo counters them. She said, they did not just sign out that house out of the kindness of their heart. Do you know why Chief convinced his wife before she signed off on that house? Why? Guys, listen. While Otunrayo is about to reveal this big secret, Chief and Chief Mrs. Balogun were at the other side of the room watching her talk to the police through a one-way mirror. She was not seeing them. Started a story that one day, Alhaji Quadri came to look for her husband. Bobo comes out of the house and Alhaji handed over an envelope to him. Inside this envelope is a very important secret. He warned Bobo to keep it safe and never ever let anyone else see it. Guys, keep in mind that this was before Bobo impregnated his daughter, before they had a fight. So he warned Bobo to keep it safe. It was the digital copy of that secret in a flash drive that Otunrayo was looking for in that study the night Bobo died. So Habiba asked her, what's on the flash drive? Before we know what's in that flash drive, they asked Alhaji Quadri first to tell them about what's in the envelope he gave to Bobo. Alhaji says, actually, one night he met Bobo outside the premises. Bobo asked him for a private discussion. So when he asked them to go inside to discuss, Bobo says, no, let's discuss it out here. Can we do it in the car? The driver will have to excuse them. Now, Bobo told him everything and Alhaji asked Bobo, are you sure about what you are telling me? Bobo says, yes, he's desperate now. Uncle, you were here. You've been here all along. You see everything happening. You see how I've done everything in my power to keep this place, to maintain this place. I renovated all this place myself. Alhaji laughed. Were you not paid? Did they not pay you? Bobo said, no. They did not pay me a dime. I paid for everything and now they want to take it away from me. In fact, I am not asking them to give me the house or dash me. I told them I want to buy it from them. I wanted to pay instrumentally, but they insist they want the money in full. Imagine my own parents saying this to me. I'm their only child. It doesn't make sense. Alhaji says, okay, alright, I have your father's secret with me and it's a very deep one. I can't give it out for free though. Bobo says, no Allah, I will pay. I will pay whatever the cost. He just needs something to use in holding his dad. Bobo doesn't mind blackmailing his father to get this house he has spent a lot on back from him. Now, Etim asked Chief for the first time, Chief, please tell us about the day your son blackmailed you with the secret you've been keeping away from your family. The wife is surprised. She knows nothing about that secret, so she asks him, what does that mean? Etim says, your husband knows exactly what I'm talking about. The wife is now ready to hear the secret. Chief begins to stutter. Guys, let's hear. Now, the morning that Bobo died, he went to meet his father at his workplace to present the secret to him. While Chief is still trying to lie to pretend, Bobo says, Dad, are you for real? Bobo, Akin Bobola, you are blackmailing me. Bobo says, oh no, I'm not blackmailing you. I'm just making you see why I should own the building. Chief says, but that decision is not mine, but your mother. Bobo says, I know, that's why I need you to talk to her about it. See, I'm willing to pay for it. Mo fẹ́ sanwó, I will pay. The father says, I am so disappointed. Hey, Dad, you look at this and you are disappointed in me. Disappointed in me. The father says, but this is not how they go about things. Bobo says, exactly. This is not how they go about things. Chief is truly disappointed that he shouldn't have gone this far. Everything belonged to you, Bobo. I am your father. You should have talked to me. Bobo says, well, I did. I talked to you. I did. But you were dismissive of me. You didn't listen. If you had, I wouldn't have gone looking for this evidence. Chief is truly disappointed that his son could do this. Well, he agreed to talk to his mother. But the decision belonged to your mother. Bobo says, no. You know what the decision I want should. So let her come to that decision. By the way, Dad, if anyone should be disappointed, it should be me. Bobo leaves the father standing there saying, well, see you at the party. It's going to be a killer party, man. Etim asks, is that why you killed him? Chief flares up. I told you he was my only son. How could I have killed him? I will curse you. Etim repositioned himself again and asked, Chief Balogun, did you kill your son because he found out about the secret family of 4 children that you were hiding? This man has another family and 4 children. And the wife thinks she's the only one and Bobo is his only son. No wonder Bobo really needs to get that property from the father. The mother is flabbergasted. Well, you know what I mean. She's flabbergasted. To hear that, the husband says, it's not true. Akintunde. Look. This is not the time for games. Not now. Is it true what this man just said? Chief still denies. It's not true. The wife knows the husband is lying. Yeah. I'm in trouble. She asks, okay, how long has this been going on? The man says, only 20 years. It was just a mistake. Hey, this woman is devastated. One child can be a mistake, but you have 4. That is with deliberate intention. She tears her heart out. I did everything for you, and this is how you repay me? Chief says, you only wanted more sons? Is it my fault? I could not give you another child after Bobo? She starts crying and starts to lay curse on this man and even on those children. She cursed him and then bites him. Etim had to quickly rush in before Pomo starts flying out. Come, who is she? Who is the woman? She opens the envelope to look at the picture and you guys guess who the person is. Just take a guess. The person walks in behind them. It is her very good friend, Kafaya, the lady who has always been there for her. She dropped the photograph and turns to look at her while remembering what that apostle said. The apostle said, someone like an angel will come and give her a spotless gift. That person is the killer. Remember, her friend Kafaya gave her a spotless white handkerchief in the room that day while she was crying. The spotless gift. She sees her friend, and guess what? That woman is there mocking her. She does not care. Are you the only one that God gave the universe to? Don't you know that what is good is not just for one person? This friend mocked Bobo's mother that this is her own time to enjoy, and whoever is not pleased can go and die. Kafaya! She picks up the chair to readjust this lady's head, but they quickly grab hold of her. Chai! Humans can be wicked. Kafaya! I'm speechless too. But did Kafaya kill Bobo? Inspector Moshood was laughing at everything outside the interrogation room. He said it. Things are not always what they seem. Inspector Moshood was actually pretending to support Chief earlier so that his secret can leak. He claims he already knows the style Habiba and Etim is using to interrogate these people will not work. That's why he needed the case to be moved to the police station. He is truly an experienced policeman. Now, did Kafaya kill Bobo? Now, let's listen to the prophecy again. Remember that it was after Bobo died that the apostle said someone will come like an angel. He did not say someone has come like an angel. So that handkerchief Kafaya gave her could not have been the spotless gift. She may not be the killer. You'll see why. So the news of Bobo's death is everywhere. While reading it on a blog, an officer comes to inform Detective Habiba that a final lab result has arrived along with forensic reports. Okay, let's go to my office to know what actually happened. So she brings out the file to read. While the officer turns on the TV, we see Ralph Donko having an interview. Habiba asked him to turn up the volume. She also wants to hear what the news media are saying about the death. So as she's going through the documents, the report is surprising to her. Come. Am I reading this correctly? The officer answers, yes. There are 2 sets of thumbprints on the broken wine glass. One belonged to Bobo, while the other latex thumbprints belong to someone with a unique type of fingerprint. Who could that be? At that same time, Bobo's parents went to the burial of their child. This heartbroken woman says she needs to be around when her son is laid to rest. The father is not comfortable with being here. He wants them to leave because according to the Yoruba culture, it is a taboo for a parent to witness the burial of their child. But this woman is in deep agony. She actually committed that abomination. Now, Ralph Donko approached them in the vehicle to greet them. He said he was actually expecting them to come to the burial only to finally learn that Yoruba people don't attend the burial of their child. Ralph says, and actually, there are some documents concerning Bobo's entitlement too. He listed his wife as his next of kin, but since she is still in the police custody, he wants them to come and pick it up. The mother says, you want us to come and claim our son's financial benefits? She begins to cry again. In Yoruba culture, it's also a taboo for parents to eat the benefit of their child after death. It's wrong. So Ralph says, I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong? The woman is crying. He quickly brings out a white handkerchief, a spotless gift for her to wipe her tears. She collects it and continues to wipe her tears, crying, and suddenly she remembers the prophecy. 2 signs was given to her. First, the apostle said, someone will come disguised as an angel and will give you a spotless gift. That person is behind your problem. And the second thing the prophet says is, you will commit an abominable act that is not expected of parents. That first part of the prophecy is fulfilled. This is the white handkerchief. And the second part, coming to a child's burial, is an abomination. So both prophecies pointing to this very moment, to this man. Now we are taken back to the house that day to see the whole truth. While Bobo is about to open and pour the wine gifted to him by Martin, Ralph asks to help him. Remember, Ralph lied that Bobo opened it, but he went to the restroom. Actually, it was Ralph that opened the wine, while Bobo heads to the toilet to pee. And before Bobo could return, we see Ralph pour the poison into the wine glass. Now, Bobo comes back, collects his wine, and drinks. That was when JP arrived. JP wasn't even shouting as we were told earlier. He calmly said they need to talk, and then Ralph excused them to go into the elevator and then downstairs to the party to give his speech. Habiba is also trying to figure out, wait, who is the person with the unique fingerprint? Then she remembers too that she saw Ralph scratching his thumb when he was being interrogated. He had a scar on his right thumb. Are you guys understanding this? So after JP punched Bobo, his nose starts bleeding, and while trying to stop the bleeding and he was still drinking, the poison starts working. He became short of breath. The glass falls and shatters. He tried to hold the rail and then he falls down to his death. Mrs. Balogun now connects the dots. Habiba also connects the dots also. This guy is definitely the killer. Ralph Donko killed Bobo. But how will this mother prove it? The court will not accept the prophecy. The only person that has any hope of arresting Donko is Detective Habiba. If she calls Donko for a fingerprint to compare, they both stare at Donko and then the music rises and the movie ends. There you have it. The Party is a movie that holds you to your seat until the very end. It keeps you in a suspense and you never see the end coming, not even from a distance. And the conclusion is just perfect. No need of a second season, because a good movie should leave something in your brain to always think about even after you finish watching it. This movie did just that. I rate this movie 8/10. So your turn, let me hear from you. What did you learn from this movie and what would you like us to talk about? Please share it with us in the comment section. Let's talk. Thanks for watching this video. For more amazing content and film reviews, please subscribe to this channel. And until we meet again, I am Sam and this is the Film Village.